Alright guys, so just got back from Disney Springs not too long ago, and just got home, so this is going to be my first video on the Galaxy S21. So let me give you guys an update on what's going on. This phone's going back to Spectrum. I literally just got off the phone with them. I've already started the return process. It's going to be a $50 restocking fee, whatever. I love the phone, but I hate the service. What we experienced tonight at Disney Springs should have not happened. So I'm gonna get the same phone from T-Mobile. I'm probably just gonna get the 128 gig version, save that extra 50 bucks. So other than that, the other question that was asked is, what changes have been made to the theater? I'll show you guys right now. So definitely gonna have these blackout curtains. So this is pretty much the theater room, completely blacked out. Still gotta get blackout curtains on the doors. And then the projector is no longer sitting on cardboard boxes, thank God. So that's it sitting up there. HDMI board, I think it's gonna have to be changed out in it because it's been glitching out here and there. Down below we got a Super 8mm projector on the left, and on the right, just your normal standard 8mm projector. There's no sound on that one. One on the left, that one has sound. And then just for the hell of it, I went ahead and brought the CP650 in here. You guys seen that in a completely different video. But it's still one of my favorite processors out there, even though it's an older processor. And then down here I just used one of my old power conditioners. Let me show you guys in here. Oh shit, so it's not what I wanted. Back there in the back, that's where the rack used to be. They used to hold all the amplifiers and sound processor. Well, not anymore. This is where it's all been moved off to. So right at the top, we're still rocking the Furman the power conditioner. And then right here, I think that was for, let's see, what is this? It's going into the switch. There's an 8-port switch back there in the back. Still rocking the Arcam processor. I still have to get the review on this thing done. Still haven't really done one, especially after owning it for, I think, what, 8 months now. However, if you guys remember the QSC amplifiers, those things are gone. So months ago I used to rock the QSC CX302s. I used to have 3 of those, a Behringer NX 6000D. That amplifier is gone. That used to run the subs. And then I used to have an 8-channel CX, what was it, 108 amplifier. And then that one was going to drive the surrounds and Atmos, but those are gone now. So let me show you guys. So up at the top, it's a 1800, PE 1800 from Ashley. Temporarily, I have this the QSCC, jeez, I can't talk. The CX702 amplifier, which is equivalent to QSC's DCA 2422. And if you guys see that blinking back here, I can't even see it with my own eyes, but the camera can pick it up. Actually, I'll explain that here in a second. Down below, we have an Ashley. This one I believe is the NE2400. So this one, 700 watts into 8 ohms per channel, and then 1200 into 4 ohms per channel. And then just down below that is a 4-channel. This one is a 4250 from Ashley. So that one is, I believe, about 150 watts RMS into 8 ohms, and then 250 watts per channel. So that's a 4-channel amplifier. I actually own 2 of those amplifiers. The reason why you guys don't see the other one there is because it's in the shop. So that one blew up on me. They're repairing it. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. However, the Eminence Beta 8s are completely gone. Did away with those and put this cheaper, like literally half the cost PRV driver in there. I'm getting much better mid-bass, and then temporarily back here. You guys can actually see it here. That's one of my QSC cinema surrounds. That's a SR 1020, and I went on ahead and changed out the fabric that was on it. I didn't do the best job of it, but it looks a hell of a lot better than what it did before. That one's changed out. Same thing here. This one here just looks a lot better. But, I mean, we got a black speaker sitting on black fabric. Who the hell's gonna complain? And don't trip about the sloppy mess of wires, because this is all gonna get changed out. It's gonna get cleaned up. Up here on the top, serving as my Atmos speakers that are not hooked up yet, are these 4 Electro Voice eVid 6.2 Ts. So they all got transformers in them. These 3, I got these, believe it or not, for 50 bucks. And then I had to order the last one from eBay. So these are the newest models that have the 8-ohm bypass. This one over here still has just a 70 volt transformer. So even though it's gonna be ran on a 70 volt amp, I still want it to run on 8 ohms. So I just went in there and completely bypassed the transformer. And then behind the screen, we graduated from single 15s. Now we're using dual 15s, and still rocking the Eminence Neo compression drivers. And then the box there in the center, it's not the same as these. These are actually smart cinema speakers. You guys can see actually right here, it says smart right on the top. The speakers for these, I've taken them out, and then I've got like 6, what are these, Kappa LF2 Pros from Eminence. There's some really nice 15s. I really enjoy them. I mean, I'm not the only one using these for movies. I mean, QSC uses them, and Clips uses them in their cinema speakers. However, there's no cinema company that uses these compression drivers. Those things are freaking incredible. And then the screen itself, eventually I'm getting rid of this thing here. This fabric sucks. So I'll be getting one of those acoustic transparent screens. It's gonna be, I think, 176 inches big. So I think right now we're sitting at 180 inches, but I'm not gonna notice the difference on 4 inches. So can't complain. And then if I don't change any of these speakers in here and I just leave it alone, I'm thinking about moving these speakers back, this one back there. The other one's gonna slide back there. And then I'm also talking to SoundTown about getting the same brackets. And then what I'll do, since those are 10-inch drivers back there, these 8s cannot keep up. So I'm thinking if I bring in my other pair and then just have a speaker at each row, it'll sound a lot better. So let's go back to why this light back here is blinking. In fact, let me turn this off. Let me explain this to you guys. So the reason why I've left QSC completely, not any fault of QSC at all, and switched over to Ashley amplifiers is because that light back there blinking is because this amplifier here, not the QSC, that damn thing's bare bones. This Ashley amplifier here and this one here have full network capability online, which means I can grab my laptop at any time or any kind of iPad and turn these amplifiers on and off and access full DSP. This one does not have DSP. It's just a bare bones amplifier. However, it is a card in this amplifier that you can switch out. So if you want DSP, you can put that in there. However, this 1800 I'm selling as well. I'm gonna get rid of it. And in this rack, there's getting ready to be 3 Ashley NE 800s. But this is a Class AB amplifier. The other ones are Class D, so run much more efficiently. However, this thing is pretty efficient already on its own. However, I'm thinking that for some reason I'm noticing slightly better sound quality out of this Ashley up here versus what the QSCs have put out. Maybe that's just my ear playing tricks on me. I mean, who knows? So I do know that these are fantastic amplifiers. However, it is not really an amplifier that I really care to use that much anymore. So the Ashleys, they just get the job done better for me. I mean, I know I still love QSC. You guys know that. The cinema speakers still rock my world. They're incredible, but it's nothing that I really care for that much anymore. Ashley, on the other hand, I do see quite a future with them, but their amplifiers are much more expensive. And for that reason, maybe that's probably why I'm hearing a better sound quality out of it. The same thing, for example, if I get rid of this R-cam that's sitting up here that runs these, I'm gonna notice better sound quality. I mean, the more you spend, the better you're gonna get. I mean, that's just kind of the whole point of why you upgrade. But the R-cam is not going anywhere anytime soon. So behind the screen, these horns are gonna go. The compression drivers are gonna stay. I'm looking at ordering 3 10-inch mid-ranges. So that's either gonna be from PRV or from La Voce. I'm thinking La Voce. And pretty much what I'm gonna do is just mimic QSC's cinema surrounds. So the reason why I need 3 of those Ashley NE 800s is because these are gonna have to be biamps. So the mid-range and the compression driver, those are gonna share a crossover. So I don't have to worry about triamping the system. And whenever you triamp, and especially inside of a room like this, you're not gonna notice that much of a difference in sound quality. You're just wasting money and power that you just don't need to. You know, I can try to invest that money in, you know, a better quality projector, a better processor, something like that, but I'm not gonna fix what isn't broken. It doesn't make any sense. Inside of these speakers has like an 1800 hertz crossover. The problem is with these eminences, the woofers anyway, they start to break up like anywhere past 8K. I'm sorry, anywhere past 1K. So even though technically on paper they're rated to go up to 1800 hertz, they don't sound very good doing it. So you want to cross them over actually just before 1000 hertz. I mean, anywhere past that, I mean, they're incredible drivers. Definitely better than the 15 LFAs. I like those a lot better, much more impact. And then still rocking the La Voce the 18s. So I'm not getting rid of them. Those things ain't going anywhere. However, I am going to talk to somebody kind of in the works of possibly designing new cabinets for them, because behind the screen, guys, I don't have enough room for a GSG cabinet. There's just no way in hell 2 of them are going to fit back here. So I think I'd rather go with the single dual 18 cab, and then later on in the back, maybe put some 18s back there too. I don't know, I'm not too sure. But now if, you know, everything works out, what I've also been thinking about doing, the QSCs, those are actually online right now. I'm actually selling those on eBay for I think like 450 bucks, includes shipping, because I do want to get something else. Same thing with the SoundTowns. I do enjoy them, however, it's time for those to go, because I'm looking at turbo sound. I'm looking at the TCX 102s. So those are 10-inch woofer with a 1-inch exit with a 1 3/4 compression driver. So I'm looking at getting 4 of those. Those things, they ain't cheap, but they're on eBay right now, so I get them a little bit less. So one of them's gonna be sitting right there where that speaker's at. The other one's gonna be sitting there, back there. And then because this door opens up right here and it hits the speaker, I'm actually gonna have to move these things back. And the stud isn't right here anyway, so it's back here somewhere. So that'll work out. The only reason why that one's sitting right there where it's at is because somewhere on this side is a window. So what I'm thinking is I might add some foam behind that window, not foam, but insulation. And then what I'm gonna do is just board it up. And it's the same thing behind that screen, because whenever the bass hits, it just rattles the shit out of the windows, and I hate it. It sounds annoying as hell. So I'm gonna add sound dampening, but I'm gonna add insulation in there. Same thing, we're gonna board it up. Now I won't have to hear that rattling. The other thing that we're having issues with is this light up here rattles too. The funny thing is, I thought that after getting rid of a so-called 6,000 watt amp that Behringer, rates that amp at, I thought I'd be missing something, but this amplifier is still a Class D amplifier. 700 watts into 8 ohms drives the shit out of these subs, and I mean, it doesn't run out of steam. I mean, there's a lot of benefit to owning one of these amps. It does have full DSP. Mixer's already built in, so it does everything I've never even seen an amplifier do before. So that's another reason why I've been switching over to Ashley. QSC, I know you can do the same thing, however, I'm not saying QSC's bad or anything like that. You guys know I still love QSC to this day. I know Disney still, operates their speakers on, QSC today, but I want something else, and that's the reason why, because every time I go to a cinema, it's QSC. Disney, it's QSC. Universal, it's QSC. So when I come home, I want something else. I don't want to be using the same shit somebody else does. I want to be different. So that's the whole point of getting something that I've never even seen on anybody else's YouTube channel. These Ashley amplifiers are absolutely... So, if I don't sell this amplifier, I'll probably hold on to it. This is a 16-year-old amplifier. This damn thing kicks ass. The funny thing is, this one here, it's a Class D amp, as I said before, but let's see. If you can see back there, this amplifier here is slightly in a larger cabinet than the 702, and these are both rated at the same power, both 2400 watt amplifiers. So I just kind of found that a little interesting, and it's a lot more heavy than the Class AB amplifier, but nevertheless still a great amp. So if I don't sell them, I'm gonna use them somewhere. I mean, I'd like to actually hold on to the QSC than the Ashley, just because the theater room already has Ashley in it. So these are all spaced out. This rack is also going. I'm looking at getting a new rack. So everything is also in here because the fans on these amplifiers are just obnoxious. So if the amplifiers are sitting in here, I can't calibrate the system. So therefore, this is where they sit. The other upgrades that were made was these lights up here. These are Govee lights. Don't ask me the model because I can't tell you guys. I believe these are, what, 32 feet? Yeah, 32 feet long. So you guys can see I had to literally curve this one and bring it back here. So the same thing here. The reason why, I have it actually set to red versus blue. The blue actually lights this room up a lot better. However, the red looks freaking amazing in here. Looks badass. So up in the ceiling, there's going to be sound pads. That'll help out with echo and delay and whatnot. And then down here, I'm looking at getting some black carpet. So that'll happen later on down the road. I'm not doing this anytime soon. So anyway, you guys asked for the update. This is it. And then I'll try to get the system running, sometime later this week. But, alright guys, I'll see you on the next one.